Hello listeners, and welcome back to Ride Buddies, this time live and in real life. In our fourth episode of the Conversation series, we caught up with All Bodies on Bikes advocate, Marley Blonsky, and Pittsburgh's Major Taylor Cycling Club president, Shequaya Bailey, live at the SBT GRVL event back in August. A longtime advocate for larger bodies on bikes, Marley Blonsky and her message skyrocketed to fame when Shimano released its All Bodies on Bikes video this past March. Shequaya Bailey, meanwhile, also spends a lot of her time advocating for inclusivity, but with a focus on the BIPOC community. United in a dream for a more inclusive, accepting, and safe cycling community, Blonsky and Bailey work tirelessly to get more folks in the saddle and change the industry, one event or one additional clothing size at a time. Strangers until this recording, Blonsky and Bailey cover a lot of proverbial ground, including their newbie mountain biking woes, the booty mantra, a PSA to please wear helmets on the bike and on the toilet, apparently, and how to feel safe on a solo bikepacking trip. So saddle up and tune in, because you're in for a great ride with these two.
So, hey, cheers.
Cheers. Oh, water.
We didn't have cider, but I got a beer.
Boom.
So, cheers. Post-ride beer, although I hear at altitude you're supposed to drink a lot more water.
Yeah.
How's the altitude treating you?
So far, so good, but I haven't really pushed it too much. I did a little bit of pushing yesterday.
Okay. So, the ride this morning, you helped me sweep, which...
Yeah, I took it easy.
Thank
I
you
was
so
like,
much for your help on that.
oh my God, I was like, I'm going to do a lot tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is not a race today.
You got 144 miles tomorrow.
Yes.
Have you ever ridden that far?
No, not in one go.
What's the farthest you've gone?
129.
That's like so close. So like...
Not when you're in pain.
Okay, fair enough. But like, do you get like the race day, like, adrenaline that like helps you go?
I get it like when I'm at the line.
Okay.
And we're get ready to go.
Yeah.
That's when I feel it, and I like the energy of everyone around you, and then you just end up going out too fast, which I think everyone does.
I think so too.
Like,
we need an agreement that's like, hey guys, we're gonna go 10 miles an hour slower than we normally do and not blow ourselves up.
but it never works. Everyone's too excited because everyone's feeding off the energy.
Totally.
It's the vibes.
I mean, that happened on the ride this morning. I like made that announcement of like, hey, it's a ride, not a race. And like we went like my pace for the first like 3 miles, and then people just started like taking off the front. And I was like, all right,
Bye.
see you later. Have fun. But I think in general, people were pretty chill about it.
Oh yeah, I think it was too many people for that to not happen.
Totally.
It was a large turnout.
So freaking big.
Oh yeah, but it was like, it looked like 500 riders or something crazy.
It's not more than that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was a lot.
Yeah. And actually, that's a good question. So like, you lead rides for Major Taylor.
I do.
I lead a lot of rides in Seattle, and like as cycling is growing in popularity, but like that's one of the things I struggle with is like taking beginners and more novice cyclists, finding safe routes for them.
Yeah, it's helpful when you start on the trail, because then everyone kind of going out slower, getting the feel for the pace, but then you transition to either your pavement or your gravel, depending on what type of ride it is.
Yeah.
And that's a good inroads for
Like a more
folks.
rural road. I don't know.
Yeah, well, so I'm such a city cat that
Same.
it's very much, we like a lot of our rides will start in Pittsburgh. We have this Wednesday night rides for Major Taylor, and it's called the OTB rides, which is over the bar. It's like it's like a bicycle cafe. Like it's like a bar restaurant.
Okay.
And we've been having rides there like over a decade.
Cool.
And so that ride it's an evening ride, starts at like 6:30. So it is very much like stop and start, because you got to think about the traffic of that time of day. But it's
Is that like all
terrible.
ages, all genders?
Yep, it's for everyone, all class ride. However, does occur like where there's a natural separation of the group, where some people are going a little faster, but then people will wait at the top of hills and relax. And if ever the group gets so big that we should split, then we'll usually make that decision at that time.
Okay.
But usually we don't split the ride. But it's a good introduction for people who don't ride on the streets as much.
Yeah.
Because we're riding in the street, we're in a group, and when you're ever in a large group, it's safer.
Totally.
And it's better to take the road anyway when you're in a large group. Because when you're on the trail and you have 30 plus riders, that is a huge congestion point.
Totally. I feel like it's just like rude to the other trail users and like, you know, people with kids or dogs or whatever it might be. So I don't know. And in Seattle, I lead a Monday night ride.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it sounds similar, but it's like, we call it Moxie Monday, and it's for like trans, femme, women, and non-binary riders. And it's like probably more of a social ride, it sounds like, than maybe yours. It's not like yours isn't social, but it's like most folks don't come out kitted up. It's like very much like a, let's go 10 miles maybe.
Yeah.
Like, but people get mad at us when we ride on the trails, I feel like.
Oh, really? It's a big turnout.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. It's been growing. And people are just like, take a group ride off the trail, like go to the street.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting for the people on the trail to tell the cyclists to get off the trail.
Yeah.
But
I feel like there's just like a feeling that's like group rides shouldn't be on the trail.
But I guess if it's a slower pace,
Yeah.
So, then it's kind of like, well, why not the trail if it's a slower pace?
Yeah. And so most of the time I don't feel bad about it, but it's like if I'm taking a faster group, like if we're kitted up, we're not taking the trail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do a slow roll twice a month.
Cool.
And it's a Monday slow roll because it was my idea. I was like, well, I have the capacity to do. What's my best day to go slow?
Yeah.
And that's Monday because that's typically a rest day.
Yeah.
And that is a city ride. And the whole point of the slow roll is to go slow. So it's very much social the entire time. Talk the entire time. I encourage people to bring music, bring speakers, bring lights, whatever. And it's slowly growing. It's still small numbers, but it's intentionally slow all the time, never fast. We never do more than like 10 miles.
Yeah,
and
it sounds just like Moxie Monday.
Yeah, it just keeping it set. And it helps a lot of our beginner riders who like don't ride the street at all get comfortable because it's always in the city. And the other important piece about that I should also mention, I try to have it located near Black and Brown community start point always, and near a healthy ride station.
What is
so
that?
That's like basically like the city bikes that people can rent, and so it's a way for if someone doesn't have a bike, that they can use a bike for that. And so
like your ride is slow enough, like if somebody's on like a rented bike, they can keep up. That's crucial.
The point.
Like,
yeah.
And that's like the type of work that I do is like getting more people on the bikes. Like I don't care if you're on a $3,000 bike or like
exactly
a $2 an hour bike. Like let's get more people on the bikes. And
and I'm not of the like people show up like that ride. I'm chill. I'm wearing a shirt. I'm wearing like flats. It's very chill. And sometimes we do a theme. Sometimes we might go get barbecue or ice cream or just different things after, just mix it up and have a good time. Because people need to know, like, biking doesn't need to be all serious. It can be chill. You can have a good time. And I think that's just so important. And I try to always ride through, the Black and Brown communities as a part of that ride because I want people to normalize seeing these bodies on bikes all the time, and it's okay to like see that diversity and not always think that when you see us on a bike that it's a race,
right?
That it's like literally, oh no, we're just riding. They're like, what? You just riding? Yeah, we're just riding,
just having fun. And very similarly, like for people in larger bodies, like just going out and having a good time. And like, no, we're not riding to lose weight. No, we're not riding to like necessarily exercise. That's what I'm doing with like the all bodies on bikes ride. It's like we're just riding for fun.
Yeah, because you like it.
Exactly, and it's okay. And like, sure, if you want to ride to lose weight or race, good on you. Have a good time. But bikes should be for everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we don't have to get into this if you don't want to, but like earlier this summer, maybe March or something, there was like a video of kids like doing wheelies, and it was a bunch of like Black and Brown kids doing wheelies. It was like, that is the coolest thing, and it was just like a mob of them. And then these friggin' cops showed up and like got mad at, like they got in trouble. They tried to arrest them. I was like, literally, what are they doing wrong?
Yeah, kids riding bikes on the street. Like,
like if it was a bunch of white kids, they would be like, ugh. Anyway, we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you have a group of folks, Black and Brown, it kind of could be a clash point for the police. It's definitely unfortunate, but I'm glad that hopefully that doesn't deter them Just
I hope
from
not. I
riding.
hope it makes it do it more. I hope they get some sponsors and
Exactly, from
I
the
hope they-
coverage.
Yeah, I hope they go out and wheelie their little hearts out and teach everyone how to wheelie.
I want to wheelie.
I do too. At the beginning of COVID,
suck.
I like tried to learn how to do it. I was like, what else am I doing with my life? So I like put it on Instagram of like, I'm gonna do like a 30-day wheelie challenge. And I was doing it on like my heavy ass mountain bike, and I made it like 4 days, and I was like, I'm bored.
Well, they say the mountain bike is the best because of the geometry, right?
Yeah, supposedly.
And I have not been able. I've been trying to do the pop it up, and I struggle. I have not gotten it. It's really hard.
I think I just need to practice more. The thing that I've been working on this weekend is like riding with my hands off the bars.
Okay, yeah.
So I used to be really good at it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then I just like stopped trying. And today I was like flapping my arms. And I was like, all right, I think I can do it now.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's dope.
Yeah.
I think, and I learned when someone was teaching me, well, it was the hands off the bike, and I was like, well, how are you like turning? And they like they were telling me, like, point your belly button where you want to go.
Yes.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah, you gotta like use your core and your hips.
Yeah.
The other thing I was told, and it's like similar with mountain biking. Do you mountain bike?
Yeah, I'm not good.
Same. I'm like learning how to do it, and it's really scary.
It is. I've endoed. Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, you're here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like laser titties. It's like point your nipples
Oh.
where you want to go, because like wherever you like look is where your bike is gonna go.
Yeah.
But it's like hard to think about that. So like also like pointing your nipples where you want to go.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Plus it's just funny to think about laser titties.
Yeah, that is funny.
Yeah.
When I'm like trying to work on body mechanics, well, when my friend Melissa was teaching me mountain biking stuff, she would always repeat, booty back, because, put your booty back. And so I like, in my head, I'm always constantly saying booty back.
Yeah.
Because I have, part of the problem why I endoed is because I didn't have good body positioning when I was going off this little lip, and I don't think I was far enough back.
Yeah.
And I didn't have my booty back. So I try to
makes
like
sense.
keep repeating that mantra,
Yeah.
booty back.
I ended one time, but I was like climbing up a hill, which I don't know how you end up going up a hill, but I like grabbed my brakes so hard, I just like tumbled over my bike, and I was fine. But
That was slow fall.
oh yeah,
Slow fall is the best kind of fall.
all my falls are slow because I go slow.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I try to confidently do some things.
Yeah.
Just because, like, it's when you're mountain biking, they say, like, if you have the speed, you'll most likely go over the thing that you're
Yeah.
feature. So I'm like, yeah. Okay.
I haven't like gotten there yet. I have such a mental block.
It's like the curves that are harder. So, like, if you're going through, like, S-turns,
Yeah.
it's hard to, like, maintain that speed and make the turn.
Yeah.
Because it's like you gotta, with your head, you looking where you gotta go, booty back, you want your saddle down so you can have like your center of gravity. It's like so much to think about, and I'm terrible. I just try to fall. If I'm following a good will, I do better.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I've always been the way with sports though. Like I used to play basketball. Well, like C squad in like 8th grade. So when I
better
say
than me. I've never done a thing.
You never done basketball or like?
I've never done any sports until after college.
Yeah, you were telling me that yesterday. Like you live down the street from like a velodrome. I don't know if somebody just yelled at us, but like.
Oh.
I got it.
Okay. I'm gonna go take it. Our bikes just fell down.
Oh.
It's alright.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's a little windy.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, you were saying that like you lived near a bike.
Okay, it's an outdoor track.
Oh, outdoor track.
You're not an official velodrome, but I didn't know about it until after went to college, was living somewhere else for years, came back to Pittsburgh as a boomerang.
How did you find it?
I think Major Taylor.
Okay.
So the club, I think we must have had like a bicycle clinic or something.
Can we go back? Can we talk?
Oh, yeah.
Just tell me about like Major Taylor in Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah. So the Pittsburgh Major Taylor Cycling Club was started by 6 guys who ended up starting that chapter because of... Ooh! Sorry, so much is happening.
The wind is here.
Yeah. But
So it started by 6 guys.
Oh yeah, started by 6 guys, and they pretty much got the idea after doing a Underground Railroad ride, and they ended up meeting the Major Taylor, Ohio club, which was the very first chapter.
Okay.
And they started it in Pittsburgh because they wanted to encourage more Black and brown folks to ride bikes to improve their health.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's how it started, and it was like, what, 04 maybe? When the club started.
That's when I graduated high school.
I graduated in like 02.
Okay. So we're about the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, wow, I feel old.
I know. It's all right.
But I
All
look
these
good.
young whippersnappers.
Yeah, we look good though. We look good.
do.
We look good.
Sunscreen.
Boom.
Yeah.
It helps. But yeah, so, but I didn't discover them till I went away, came back after living in Atlanta for several years, and I was just bike commuting and ended up connecting with them because of commuting stuff. And somebody was like, hey, you ride your bike a lot. You should meet this guy, Bruce. He has this club. And I said, okay. So I show up to this bike shop, and then boom, he's there, and they're like wearing helmets and stuff. I did not wear a helmet.
No?
I did not. I was just out here commuting, not wearing a helmet. And he was like, if you ride with us, you gotta wear a helmet. And I made this face of disgust. And he handed me this ugly helmet.
Oh, damn.
But I really wanted to ride with them,
Yeah.
so I wore it. And I was like, I'm gonna give me my own better looking helmet. And I did, like, the same day.
Nice.
And that actually what started me wearing helmets is because of Bruce, which was the former president of Major Taylor. At the
Okay,
time.
and now you're the president of Major Taylor.
Yeah, yeah. And so now I'm like all safety first. Now
Yeah.
I'm wearing helmets and encouraging folks to wear helmets.
Yeah, they're important.
They are.
Yeah, especially for those slow motion falls that we were talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or when you get hit by cars like I have.
You
So,
said you've been hit 3 times?
yeah, I've been hit 3 times.
Jeez.
2 hospital visits.
Oh my God.
1 overnight stay.
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm like on a long distance bike tour and then there's like cars whizzing by me at like 60 miles an hour,
Yeah.
I like think like my helmet's not gonna do jack shit right now.
No.
I mean, I actually had a friend who was like on a cross country tour
Uh-huh.
and she got hit by a car and is actually alive.
Wow.
I think because of her helmet. So
That's
probably
amazing.
not true. You should wear a helmet.
You should. Even when you're just chilling.
Yeah.
Even when you're chilling on the trail. I see people who don't wear helmets on the trail.
Yeah.
And you can crash on the trail.
Totally. You can get a stick in your spokes.
You can hit
never
a
know.
deer, you can hit rabbits.
Yeah.
Like,
My family has a funny joke. I probably shouldn't tell this story on a podcast, but I'm going to. So I've fallen off the toilet twice in my life. And like, I don't know if you can see this bump on my forehead. You see it?
oh, now that you pointed out, yeah.
So I've fallen off the toilet twice in my life and gotten multiple concussions.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So they joke that I should wear a helmet on the toilet. They're probably not wrong.
You would have been little.
One time in 3rd grade. And then one time when I was 18.
18.
Yeah, I just got dehydrated.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a fainter
Okay. Hydration is key.
as I drink beer. Yeah. Drink some water too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's interesting because the Major Taylor project in Seattle is it's a project of Cascade Bicycle Club, which is like a big statewide nonprofit advocacy group.
Okay.
I'm actually on the board of it, but it's all aimed at middle and high schoolers, black and brown
dope.
kids, trying to get them onto bikes and recreating and living healthier lives.
That's amazing.
It's real cool, but I think it would also be really cool to like get black and brown adults and like people of all ages.
Yeah. So that club also has other riders though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and so that's like just like one of their projects.
Okay.
And so they go out to high schools and basically have like bike clubs. And so they help get kids bicycles that fit them. They do like a bike drive every year.
Oh, that's dope.
And then they teach the kids like bike mechanics and like fix a bike because it's often like donated bikes that have been in people's garages for X number of years.
Yeah.
And then depending on what the kids want to do, they do like cyclocross in the fall. I say kids, they're teenagers. Teenagers hate being called kids.
Yeah.
But they do like cyclocross in the fall, and then they like work them up onto like longer and longer rides through the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And then their big culminating thing is the Seattle to Portland ride, which is like a
Wow.
200-mile bike ride.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about this vibe here, like this current?
Like, I'm really excited about like the efforts that they're making with like Ride for Racial Justice and like the Radical Adventure Riders and like letting me lead a ride. It still feels like a boys club. Overall, I like it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like I'd love to see more like people of like different body shapes and sizes and ages.
I mean, this is the most that I've seen
Yeah.
of larger bodies on bikes. To be honest, like I'm seeing it more, but like it's not often.
No.
You know, like in my club, I see it because we have all bodies on bikes in my club.
Yeah.
But like not at a race.
Yeah.
You know. No.
Yeah, and I think I really wish that they would like do some other marketing because like the 37 mile is not a race. The 64 mile is not a race. Like those of us who are choosing those distances, we're not racing it.
No, you're having a good time.
Yeah, we're going out to have a good day, to challenge our bodies and to like enjoy the day.
Yeah.
And I think if we could like figure out a way to market it as like a challenge, but not necessarily a race, we would get more folks out.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, it's still sold out, so...
Oh, it's sold out?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
Well, because I signed up back in 2020 at the end
Same.
when they opened. I was like, oh, I got to hurry up and do this or I'm not going to be able to get in this race.
Yeah, same.
So I got to sign up now.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm still, like, jazzed because this morning I got to ride with, like, some of my cycling heroes. Like, I got to ride with Molly Cameron for a while.
Oh, okay.
And, like, I got to ride with, like, the fast crew, which I don't ever get to do. So just kind of, like, buzzing over it.
Yeah, I don't ride with the fast crew either.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think overall I'm feeling really jazzed about like where the industry in general is going with things.
So how has your experience been like as you've been entering this bike culture and how have people been interacting with you? How do you feel like you've been received in these spaces?
Overall, really positive. People, I feel like I had to prove myself in some ways as a cyclist. You know, when I walk into a bike shop even in this city, if folks don't know me, which I don't expect people to, I still get treated like a beginner. And they still look at me like, oh, cool, we got some hybrid bikes over here, which is fine, but there shouldn't be assumptions made, you know?
Yeah.
But the overall industry in general, people are just so jazzed up to like see this conversation happening. At the same time, like, I still can't find like knee pads for mountain biking that fit me. And like one of my sponsors like has like 2 jerseys that fit me. Like
Only 2? Oh my gosh.
and I'm not even that big of a person. Like
Wow.
and so that's like really what I'm trying to advocate for is like there's such a variety of sizes and people in the world. Like
Everyone wants to be fly.
yeah.
Everyone wants to look good on the bike.
Yeah.
Get with the program.
Yeah. And like these bibs that I'm wearing are size 2X and like they're tight on me. I'm like I don't know. And like on the ride today I had like probably 5 or 6 people come up to me and like thank you so much. Actually that's not true. Probably 20 people come to me like thank you so much for your work. But 5 or 6 people be like thank you for like advocating for larger bodies. Like I didn't have clothes to wear until you made it visible.
Wow.
So, like
You're really making an impact to actually literally be seeing the change that you want to see.
Yeah. I worry that it's happening too slow. And these brands are like, you know, talking about 2024, 2025 of like production cycles. I'm like,
wow.
I get it that you're big, but people want to ride bikes now and they need a chamois to ride in now.
Exactly.
Like, what do you want them to do?
Yeah, how are you going to address this right now?
Yeah. And part of me is like, I should just start my own brand, but I also like, I don't want to start my own brand.
There's so many companies. Why are you have to reinvent the wheel?
Yeah.
And it's there. There's so many wheels.
Yeah. So like, I don't know, actually one really good thing. So like Primal sponsor, they're like the official wear of Steamboat Gravel.
Okay.
When they were putting out the kits for this ride on the official website, they only had up to like XL. And so
Really?
Yeah. So I wrote to the organizers and I was like, hey, Primal actually makes up to like a 5 or 6X. Can we get the full size line in these kits? And they're like, let us look into it. We'll get back to you. Within a week, they were like, hey, check the website. It's there. Which, like, that is awesome.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to ask for it.
You shouldn't ask for it. That should automatically be there.
Right. Because so many people who are in larger bodies are going to see that and say, oh, they don't have my size. they're not going to ask for it.
No one's going to think it's available because you're so used to already being overlooked.
Yeah. But
which is sad.
Yeah. And like, I'm enough of a pain in the ass that I'm okay with asking.
Yeah.
But sometimes I just don't want to.
Yeah.
So
it needs to be just a part of the process.
Yeah.
Just make it available, put it out there.
Yeah.
And you'll see your business grow. Like, you'll have even more customers.
Yeah.
If you actually cater to more people.
And maybe it's not the case in Colorado because like I'm looking around right now and like everybody around us is average size. But you go to Missouri, you go to Alabama, you go to Texas.
Yeah.
People are just bigger.
Yeah. In Pittsburgh, we got larger bodies on bikes.
Yeah.
People are like, okay, where's the 3X? Where's the 4X?
Yeah.
Make it available.
Yeah. People just want to ride bikes in clothes that are comfortable.
Yeah, and everyone wants things to be tight as ever. Nobody cares about being aero.
No.
Nobody cares about a little wind flap.
No.
Like, whatever. You want to be comfortable.
Yeah. I mean,
and
like, on Unbound,
clothing.
I, like, unzip my jersey.
Yeah.
Like, today I'm wearing a crop top, like.
Which is dope.
Thank you. My roommate cut it for me, so, yeah.
Yeah, I've been getting more comfortable.
Yeah, so.
With that. Trying to, like, be more comfortable with my body and the body that I have.
Yeah.
Took a long time to get there.
It took me a long time, too. Like, actually, this is probably the first time I've worn a crop top in front of this many people. But I'm like.
Go you.
Yeah. Boop. I don't know, after All Bodies on Bikes came out and there was like that scene where we're jumping in the ocean in my bibs, I like had to watch that like 30 times to desensitize myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And then I'm like, no, this is cool.
Yeah.
So,
that is
nobody gives a shit. Like, also, like, I should remind myself, like, everybody knows that I'm fat. Like, I'm not hiding anything from anybody, so, whatever.
Everyone wants to look good?
Yeah.
Well, so how did you actually get into biking, the long distance stuff that you've been doing?
Yeah. So started out like I got divorced and was commuting, and then had like a lot of demons in my head. Like, my ex-partner had like this crazy ass affair, and like just like really messed with my like self-confidence and like who I was as a person. So discovered the bicycle and just started riding longer and was like, I can really get into like a meditative like focus state.
Yeah.
So have you heard of Bike MS?
Yeah. That was my first long ride ever.
Same. And so I did a 64 mile, no, not, that's tomorrow. I did the 60 mile Bike MS, and I was like, I'm good at this. My body feels so good right now.
Yeah.
So then I was like, started doing bike camping and just like longer and longer distances.
Yeah.
And then.
Baby, you got into bike camping pretty early on.
Yeah.
Wow.
I always loved camping, and then I got rid of my car, and I was like, how do I do this?
Oh.
And then I kind of found some friends who were into it, and then it just kind of blossomed from there.
So what was your first bike camp trip?
Oh my god, it was such a shit show. So I went with like 70 people.
Whoa.
Yeah. We went like 70 miles outside of Seattle. I had like 2 fully loaded panniers. I was like way far behind the group, and we had a truck with us, like just a buddy who like didn't want to ride bikes.
Yeah.
And it was like, Marley, take your panniers off your bicycle, throw them in the truck, and ride your damn bike. And I was like, okay, great. And then we went out there, and then I got a ride home because I was like, I can't ride 70 miles back home because it was a one-night thing.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
For a first
yeah.
go. That's massive.
It was wild. And there was a lot of alcohol. There was a lot of drugs. And I was like, this
Having
is so
a good
fun.
time in the woods.
Yeah. It was so fun. And then I was like, I got to do this again, but I want to do it on my own. So.
Wait, what was the first solo?
I did like have you ever been up to Seattle?
Only once.
You should come again.
Yeah.
Hang out with me.
I do want to go again. It's beautiful.
Anytime you want to come, I got a place you can stay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take you up on that. I'll be like, yo, I think I'm going to be here in a couple months.
Great.
Okay.
And how tall are you?
5'4".
I got bikes you can ride.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fire.
I have like 5 bikes, so you can ride any of them.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's the Puget Sound, the Salish Sea. There's so many routes. So I just did like a 3-day solo route around
Wow.
the Sound.
That sounds really pretty.
It really was. Yeah. I didn't pick the best roads. They were very trafficy.
Okay.
But it still was fun, and like I feel like that's when I was like, I really like being alone, and that's when I discovered I'm kind of an introvert.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you listen to music when you ride?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I do like, so I'm like hard of hearing in my left ear.
Okay.
Which can be hard because that's like where the cars are coming.
Yeah.
So I try and do like music in this ear and then leave this ear like open to like the cars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite Like, how do you keep yourself motivated on those long rides?
Well, when I'm on long rides, not at a competition, sometimes I'll have the music. It's more, I think it depends on where I'm at. I think if I'm doing a longer trail ride, I'm more likely to use the music because I feel a little safer by having less of my awareness.
Okay. You feel safer by having less of your awareness?
Well, because like I'm on the trail, and so I'm like, I don't have to worry about a car as much.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I can have maybe my hearing a little more dampened by music.
That makes sense. Okay, yeah.
And whereas if I'm on the road, I'm a little bit more cautious. Because now we have like these smart cars and they're really quiet.
They're so quiet.
They're so quiet, and
Oh
you
my
can't
God.
even hear the tires on the road. That actually depends on what kind of pavement it is.
Yeah.
And so I just really want to be careful. And you know, every time I've been hit, I've been in the city. I did not have headphones. I was fully aware, and the cars did something, and I lost.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's never like, not never, but for the most part, like, it's usually the driver who's at fault. Which I hate it when they say like a bicycle accident. Like, no, it's usually a collision.
Yeah, like you hit me because you underestimated the fact that I was actually moving at a 20 miles per hour on the road.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna do this turn, and then you know I'm gonna lose.
Yeah.
Always.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but it's like but that's the times where I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna listen to music really when I'm out long road riding.
Yeah.
But mostly I'll have my thoughts, and that really what keeps me going. Or maybe I'm just like thinking really hard about stuff. I just kind of zone out.
I do too.
I just, even when I did my first solo bike pack this year, which was, I had snow, I had sleet, rain.
Oh my gosh.
I had all this weather. It was miserable towards the end, but like I tried to stay positive. But I tried to help myself by, I did have some music sometimes, but then I was just like thinking about the beauty of the scenery, looking at the plants and the animals, like really observing my surroundings.
Where was that trip at?
Oh, I did the Pittsburgh to DC, the
CNO?
CNO.
Yeah.
So the Gap in CNO, because it was so well traveled. I said, what's a safe first time bike pack trip to do solo that's so well traveled, that has a lot of points if I need help, that I can get it.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I learned a lot, like Swift. Have you heard of Swift Industries?
Yeah.
They have had, you know, they do their, whatever it's called, Stoke Spoke.
Yeah.
And they had like a night dedicated to BIPOC folks, telling stories. And it just like totally like opened my perspective to like safety concerns of people traveling on bikes. Like I hadn't even considered. So like I think of like my safety as like a woman on the road.
Exactly.
But like when I go through like a rural town, I don't consider that like, fuck, I might get shot.
Yeah.
Which, sorry if I just took it there, like, but like there's a whole nother level that like, I have a lot of privilege out there.
Yeah, I think I maybe err on the side of more of being naive in that regard, and just being like, you know what, people are mostly okay and mostly good.
Yeah.
I
try and do it too, and then I realize like maybe that's coming from an immense place of privilege.
It is for me too, because I haven't experienced too much direct things.
Yeah.
Like, I've experienced a few, but not so much, and it hasn't jaded me as much. But I do, when I solo bike pack, I did carry bear mace.
Yeah.
Because it has a further spray distance.
Yeah, it's also like creepy man mace.
Yes. And I did carry like a knife, and I kept it like in the frame bag and the side pocket, so it was very accessible, because they say if you are going to carry something, it's no good to you if you can't actually reach it.
Yeah.
So I tried to carry those things somewhere that I can quickly access. Like the mace was quickly accessible, the knife if I needed it. So like, you know, just trying to be smart about those type of things, but I didn't even focus on them as much. I didn't carry a lock.
Yeah.
I was out there camping, solo bike camping by myself, no lock, just the mace and the knife and, you know, phone. I didn't even use the GPS thingy.
I feel like on a trail like that, just like, you just gotta go. But there's also so much to say about like the intent that you put out into the world and the energy you put out and like what you get back.
That is true. I try to stay positive and not think about that, and people were really worried for me because I was solo. And I tried not to let their fears come into me.
Yeah.
And at some points I did get a little nervous, but I was like, you know what? No, I'm okay. Everyone that I've passed has been cool. And I passed very few people because when I went, I did March 30th to April 2nd.
Okay,
And
so
it was
still pretty early in the season.
And it was kind of chilly, which was a lot of snow and the
Yeah.
sleet, which was a mess. But I was fine. I was comfortable and I was safe. People, you know, when I passed people, they spoke. But I was really fortunate.
Good.
I had crazy weather, but I still didn't have any issues. No animals trying to attack my food.
Good.
Because I heard people like raccoons stealing their food
Yeah,
bags.
yeah.
Which
Yeah, that's a
can
thing.
happen. You're like, oh, somebody ran out, like an animal ran off with my food.
God. Yeah. Okay.
Does that happen to you? Oh, you got to pee?
Oh, I just gotta pee so
Yo,
bad.
me too. Oh my God.
Well, let's.
I was doing the pee dance.
Yeah, I'm
and I
not
was
doing
trying to
the pee
keep it.
dance right now.
I was trying to keep it under control. Where's the closest
I
bathroom?
don't know. Should we just end it on that note? Like, I feel like we can keep talking forever.
We could.
Maybe round
Rapid
two.
fire.
Oh yeah, let's do rapid fire real quick.
Okay. First bicycle.
As an adult, was in the Shiki. Just a bit too big. The Shiki steel frame. You?
It was a Fuji bike. But
Like what kind?
it was a Fuji newest road bike. It was like red and black and white.
Cool.
Yeah.
Favorite place to ride?
LA Hills.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never been there.
Yeah, the LA Hills, like the Mulholland and everything off of PCH.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that.
Nope. Favorite place?
No.
Nothing bring you really
Let me think.
joy.
Oh my God, I enjoy everywhere. No, that's not true. Actually, I went on this amazing mountain bike trail at Leavenworth, Washington, which is like central Washington.
Okay.
And it was just like swoopy and beautiful and way above my skill level, but I had so much fun.
Favorite part about riding your bike?
The freedom. You?
Yes. I would say it brings me peace and it's like therapeutic. It's like therapy, moving therapy.
Favorite post-ride snack?
Oh.
Or on-ride snack?
Oh. I guess my go-to, I like Sour Patches
Ooh, okay.
a lot. I like
Yeah.
sour things. And then turkey jerky. I like something salty too.
Yeah.
What about you?
Pickles.
Pickles.
Pickles. Pickle juice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both post, on, pre, all the time. I have a pickle tattoo that I can't show you right now because it's up here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on my Instagram though. Let's do two more each if we can think of them. What are you most nervous for tomorrow?
The altitude pressures when I really like get into the meat of the ride.
Yeah,
What about you?
same. The altitude
Yeah.
and the heat.
Yeah. Let's see. Final thing. What's the next ride you're looking forward to?
Bike MS. Yeah, Bike MS is coming up in September. So
Okay.
well, it's funny because I just quit my job, but I'm still riding.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I'm riding with my company.
Okay.
We have a really strong cycling culture.
Nice.
So I'm really excited to like hang out with them, and it's like a bunch of people who I like. The only thing I have in common with them is bikes, but we have a good time.
And I'm looking forward to the Major Taylor 3-state tour.
Ooh.
It's our fundraiser ride in September.
We should put those links into the notes because
Oh, yeah.
let's get those fundraisers out there. So,
Boom. Yeah.
yeah.
Way to go.
Oh my God.
Let's
this
go
is so
pee.
fun.
Oh my God.
Yes, let's go pee.
Pee
All
is
right.
what-